My sisters and brothers, I greet you all with the love and peace of the Lord. I invite you to meditate together with me on the Holy Word of God of 20 July 2022. The trust receptivity is the seedbed of productivity, the indicative of our reflection. God provides us all that is needed for our growth and fruitfulness. But it depends on us how to respond to and cooperate with His grace and produce fruit abundantly. Very many times it is sad to see that a good many waste their life without any sense of purpose and direction. They are just unproductive and unfruitful. They receive many opportunities to grow and prove themselves worthwhile and useful, but they are not responsive and responsible. This is because they are not sensitive and susceptible to sense the offer of God's grace. They are not receptive to it. They are not cooperative with it. Consequently, they fail to produce fruits that are abundant and lasting. This message is strongly conveyed by the parable of the sower in the Gospel. The four types of soil represent four kinds of response and cooperation. The first wayside soil indicates all those who are totally indifferent and unbothered about the seeds of God's grace. God and God's things for them do not matter at all. God has no entry into their lives. The second rocky soil indicates all those who receive God's grace willingly but are not deep rooted. So, easily their initial enthusiasm fades away. The third bushy and thorny soil denotes all those who are regarded as religious and devout people, but are dominated by worldliness. The worldly interests and preoccupations distract, deviate, and distort them. Consequently, their life of faith is choked and restricted. The fourth fertile soil receives the seeds, cultivates them diligently, and produces a rich harvest of abundant fruits. What is notable is that on God's part there is no lapse. There is no scarcity in the supply of seeds. He distributes his seeds without any discrimination. This positive response and active production require a consistent awareness and living of our very vocation and mission, like that of Jeremiah. Jeremiah receives God's call in all humility. He is aware of his unworthiness, inexperience, and incompetence. But God assures him, "Do not be afraid, for I am with you to deliver you." He equips him with his own power by putting his words in his mouth. And now, the imperative for our life. Our call is God's own design and making. It is He who consecrated us and appointed us as prophets and witnesses. This requires that we are diligent and fruit bearing, and we also make others fruit bearing.